well, and my volume is all the way up. Can you hear me?
I hear you well.
Okay, good. Just now in the meditation, you said after the glimpse, or you basically said after the glimpse, there's no return. And that's my experience. But it seems that in functioning in the world, um, I hear Francis speak about the totality. I'm I need some help understanding if it seems that this direct path is transcendent and also immanent. It seems like there's a different experience in the world after the glimpse, but I don't exactly, I intellectually understand, I think, what is meant by the totality, but I don't. I'd like to hear you correct anything I just said.
There's nothing which is apart from anything else. Everything is interconnected, like a wave. There is the upper part of the wave and the lower part of the wave, but they're not separate. The droplets of water, as a way of speaking, that compose the wave are not separate. You cannot remove some droplets of water out of the wave. Nothing is separate. Totality refers to oneness, one reality, not any illusion. And the life, what we refer to as life, meaning relationships, interactions, with each other, the body, relationships with neighbors, etc. These are opportunities available to you to firm or to establish your understanding about the totality, about one reality. So in your relationships, it appears you're relating with somebody else, but this somebody else, the reality of that somebody else is your reality. It's the same reality. The other is yourself. The world is not separate from you. Your body is made out of the world, and the world and your body are interacting in other bodies and other forms, in the trees and the ocean and the air. So there isn't an external reality to your body. Your body and the world are interactive. And so you have an opportunity in your life, in your mind, to live as your body is the world. There's no separation between what you consider to be your body and the world. And at the feeling level, this feeling that I am here and the world is slightly apart from me. It's an opportunity for you to take a look at that. How true is that? Is the world that I perceive, that I experience in the same place that I experience my thoughts, that I experience my bodily sensations? What valid evidence do I have that some aspect of my experience is my body and another aspect of my experience is not my body? How true is that? So in life, you know, within the realm of your thoughts, you know, your thoughts about you, about your life, about your past, about your future, these thoughts appear in the same place that the sunshine appears, or thought about others appears in the same space. Your thoughts and your perceptions and your sensations appear in the same space. There are no dividing lines between any aspect of your experience. So that would be the understanding about totality in your experience, in your sensory, in your somatic without defining some part of your somatic experience to be you and another part of your experience to be not you.
Thank you.
So there is the glimpse. The glimpse means the understanding about one reality. The understanding that, in fact, there is no separation. That to contemplate what did the glimpse reveal to you? What did it reveal to you? A glimpse into consciousness reveals consciousness, something about consciousness. That consciousness is real. And that consciousness is not a body, is not contained inside a jar or inside a skull or inside a soul. Or a glimpse liberates some beliefs and reveals an understanding. You have to understand your understanding. You have to sort of get on board with your understanding, the understanding that was revealed to you. And then in the world, in life, in relationships, in your thoughts, in your behavior, you have an opportunity to test, to verify in the field. Your understanding and live, trust your understanding, because your understanding, the glimpse comes from God, it comes from reality. So you need to trust it and try it on, sort of in a pair of shoes. You gotta try, you have to put them on, and you have to go to the market wearing them. You have to, and they seem a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but you have to not just leave them in the closet. And the market is always available to you. You always are presented with various opportunities, various situations, various sensations, feelings, thoughts. It doesn't have to be like a big dramatic thing, just in your daily life to see how those shoes fit. Break them in.
That's been happening, and I do trust. I do trust so much.
Yes,
I heard Francis simply say one time, the body sleeps, the mind dreams, and consciousness is always free.
Yes.
And I had an immediate experience that that is true. And it comes and goes a bit, but my experience, that is truth. And I'm wondering what I can contemplate, or is there absolutely anything I can do other than what you've just said to, it's, still, I guess, attachment or body belief that I'm the body for so long.
The less you do, the better it is.
Okay.
You only need to do when you are called. When you're, for example, when you experience a certain emotion, you experience a certain worry, a certain concern, something is knocking on your door, then you can take a look at what is my understanding about consciousness, that consciousness is free, like you said, that the body sleeps, the body is hungry, the body gets tired, the mind thinks about yesterday, tomorrow. Consciousness is free. In the thoughts, there may be a me, oh, what's going to happen to me tomorrow? That's in the realm of thoughts. The consciousness is free. So when there is a certain emotion, you can take a look at, okay, well, what am I? Am I the lean person who has a worry, who's identified in thinking as a limited entity, worried about its future, or am I consciousness? And once you realize, oh, well, I am consciousness and the reality is perceived, then you can go to the freedom, because you have the understanding, as you said, that consciousness is freedom, experientially, not just as a concept. Of course, as a concept too, but experientially. In this moment, you are not something which appears. If you go to experience right now, you are not something which appears. You perceive the screen, you perceive the sensation of your back against the chair, but you are not the object which you're perceiving. You are consciousness, you are this reality, this awareness. So you can always go to that, well, what am I in this moment? Because the understanding that I am consciousness and consciousness is free is yours. It's always there. It's like your driver's license, it's always there. You put it, oh, here's my driver's license. It's you don't need to go and print a new driver's license or go to DMV and apply for a new driver's license. It's yours. So you can immediately go to, okay, well, what am I? What is my reality right now? Is my reality the body or the thoughts or the concerns or awareness or consciousness? So because it's already you have your driver's license, immediately, oh yes, I am consciousness. Formless. So you don't need, you only need to do when you're called to do, otherwise you don't need to do. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to remember who you are or what you are or remember your insights. No, just do what you enjoy. You enjoy coming to satsang, you enjoy listening to Francis, you enjoy traveling, you enjoy inviting people for dinner, you enjoy going for a walk, you enjoy reading, whatever you enjoy, you enjoy sleeping, just do what you enjoy.
I enjoy the freedom that I spent my entire life longing for. And tears came when you were speaking, and it's almost unbelievable that
Well, you are that freedom.
Yeah. Is it wrong to, I experienced probably what made me cry also. It was that longing for absolute freedom.
Well, this longing comes
As
from
I've had
freedom.
it for all my life, but should it be gone now?
No,
I mean, longing is bad,
no, it's
people
not.
say.
It's it's not a personal longing. There is a personal longing which comes from a sense of lack. Oh, I need this, or else I must have this. It's attached, it's seeking, it's looking, it's arising from the sense of lack. But there is a longing that comes from freedom itself. Freedom longs for itself, longs to itself, to recognize itself, to celebrate itself. So I have this longing for God, for love, for truth. And this longing belongs to God. It's not yours. It's nothing you need to do. But the longing that comes from me, from my personal mind, goes through, oh, I am missing something. I need to get something. I need to experience freedom every minute of the day or of the night. And when I don't, then I am failing, or I'm lacking something. I'm not complete. That sort of longing is a personal longing, which is imagining. It's a false longing because it's imagined that there is a person who is longing while there is no person. All longing belongs to God. So the longing that arises from a contraction within your being is calling you to take a look at the contraction. What is it? What is this contraction about? Usually, a contraction is about believing that I'm a person, not that I am the freedom of consciousness. No, I'm a person lacking something, needing something, missing something. There is this idea that we need to experience freedom all the time. Wow, we need to experience freedom all the time, like a high, like a always have to be drunk, one more shot, right? We have to maintain this constant drunken state. No, that's not freedom. Freedom is our natural.
Sometimes it's stillness, right?
I'm sorry?
Sometimes it's a feeling of it's silence. Sometimes it's stillness.
Yes.
Sometimes it's freedom. It in terms of
Well, there is
sometimes it's nothing.
the I think Francis often shares with us this story about the apostles of Jesus. They asked Jesus, if people ask us who you are, who is Jesus, what would we say? And Jesus said, well, tell them that I am the stillness, I am the repose, and I am the movement. I am both the repose, the stillness, the peace, the silence, and the movement.